So today I'm going to talk to you about the Joker film, which I saw yesterday at my local cinema. The tickets were only £5.50, so £10 really. It was cheap. Even though it's my local cinema, I hadn't. It's like the third time I actually been in my lifetime. Even though I lived in my town for about 20 or so years, I think it was like my third time. I thought I'd be the only one in there, but I was like, well, I was the first one in. I was early. I literally went in and there was no one in. The the Playmobil movie was just finishing, so of course I wasn't the only one in. There were a few people came in after me, so I'm just gonna just say it really. I actually enjoyed the film. It was disturbing, but I thought it was just excellent. I thought Joaquin's performance was just, obviously it was just brilliant because he was the main character in it. The setting was drab and everything, but it was expected. At start, I thought it was a trailer. At first it was a red screen, but it was just at first I thought it was like a trailer, but it wasn't. It just went straight in. I remember watching the trailers so many times, especially the first trailer I saw was with Nadia Sawala's channel, where I just kept on watching after her video of her family's reaction on it. I just loved the trailer. I kept on watching it because I was so intrigued by it, and I thought it was performance was just amazing. The movie itself, yeah, I enjoyed it. It was disturbing. I knew of the criticism before, that people just walked out of it because they were very disturbed by it, and that alone just reminds me of the Clockwork Orange film that was out. We don't know whether it was a drama, psychological, or a horror. But I sort of knew it wasn't a horror, just like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. We knew that was a horror, but people walked out of it though they knew it was a horror. This was a psychological drama. Arthur Fleck as Joker. To me, he did justice to Heath Ledger, with his dark ways, and instead of being motiveless, he had a motive. So you on the train. Okay, so his job was as a clown. That was the first scene. That his job was well, not a mime, but like being a clown. So, and then of course when he was being a clown, he was obviously in the streets of New York. I think it was in the 70s or something, because that was the impression I had with the text of yellow text and the big Joker. The Joker words on it reminded me of Watchmen or another film that I can't remember. So I think it was set in the 70s because all the clothes and how it looked. So his motive was that it was mocked by other people, so on the train. So obviously he killed them on the train, which was a shock. I didn't expect the whole movie to be quite explicit with the whole bloody thing. But I didn't know what rating it was. At first I thought it was like R rating and then maybe 12A. Couldn't be an 18. It's not an 18 worthy film. Maybe 15. Maybe it's 15. I don't know. But yeah. There was quite a few surprises. He killed. I didn't expect him to kill his mum, because in the trailers they show you that he was, his mum and him had a close bond and were very affectionate, which obviously with the whole mum thing. He was a loner, just like me, because I was like quite relatable in that. And the whole film was really sensitive, so if people with mental health or very sensitive dispositions, of course, that's the other reason why people would walk out the cinema, because the whole mentality around it and how dark a person can be due to their mental state, and I could sort of relate to that. And also with my special friend, my I can still call him my partner, even though we're not together, even though we can't be together. I still related to him, and I felt uncomfortable in places because of that. And I felt sorry for him, sort of related. and obviously I wasn't comfortable in most places. So the things I was surprised about was he killed his mum, he killed his girlfriend, who the actress is 28 years old in real life, and also at the end he killed Murray Franklin, who was played by Robert De Niro. Oh my god, that really surprised me, because he's actually like really proper. What's that film called? Fever, or was it the other one with John Travolta in it? Pulp Fiction, you know, where it was violent, it was a drama, you don't know if it was like it was a thriller. It was very, even though that was directed by Quentin Tarantino, and you know, just actually shot him right there. Of course, I think I saw it coming, not only with the tense music, but with how he got the, how he actually recorded his stand-up bit, even though it was the time before YouTube came in. It's like how, and probably the time before phone videos came in, and of how they actually recorded it in the first place, and how Murray got hold of it, and how he mocked them on his show. So that in itself is like a testament to, you know, shows back then. That really surprised me, but obviously with the Joker, of course, the main character, you're going to feel sorry for him, and I obviously did feel sorry for him. His motive, unlike Heath Ledger's Joker, which was motiveless, and Jack Nicholson's Joker, I felt he played a role in Jack Nicholson's Joker, testament to him, because he had this like sort of funny elements in it, in the film as well. You didn't know whether to giggle. I sort of did giggle at some point in some places, but you stopped to. But eventually, I stopped having to giggle because you know, Joker had that condition. The reason why he laughs is because he had this. They show you earlier on, but he has this condition where if you know, why he laughs, because he's that condition. But for me, I think he's laughing like that when he's upset or uncomfortable, which is easily shown in the movie. So for me, I felt sorry for him. And his motive finally got there. His motive was the reason why he killed those guys. I don't know why he killed his mum. Don't know why he killed his girlfriend. I'm still unclear about that. But the reason why he killed Murray and those criminals, because they mocked him pretty much at the start of the movie. And the trailers just show the important scenes, really. It's like a trailer. And trailers show the important stuff, and the stuff that we see in the film anyway, which is really good. Not obviously the spoilers. Obviously, that's what trailers don't do. But I thought his performance was excellent. He deserves an Oscar. Even though the film was disturbing, I thought it was just amazing. Obviously, I'm going to get on DVD. And of course, that film should be treated separate from the DC world, like they said it would be. And the ending scene, it just goes full circle, really. The Joker, surprising bit, the Joker didn't kill Bruce Wayne's parents. The henchman, or his follower, his protester, his protester followers with the clown masks, which is very relatable to today. That's why people probably walked out, because of the protesters. So one of the protesters in the ambulance smashes into the police car. First, you initially think the Joker's dead, but of course he won't be, because you know what happens in the Batman films, and how Batman became to be, and how he became to not defeat Joker, but put him away in the asylum. He saves the Joker, and then eventually the Joker stands on the car, and he's very grand to say thank you, you know, with a blood smile, and I thought that was just a really good touch. So in the alleyway, without no reason at all, actually, yeah, there was a reason. The Joker didn't like Wayne for some reason, can't remember, but something to do with his mum. That's why I didn't like him. That's why I don't know why he killed his mum in the first place. So one of his henchmen, I call him his henchmen, with followers, his devouts, He just planes shoots Wayne and then his wife, leaving Bruce distraught and just dumbfounded, and it just ends there. It just ends how it's supposed to be, and how Gotham, this TV series, starts. And yeah, I didn't know the Joker didn't. Well, I sort of did know that the Joker didn't kill Batman's parents, because Joker's at that time is probably like mentally, mentally in the head. But yeah, anyone with like a mental disposition, with a whole like a mental sensitivity, beware of going. I was surprised. I didn't know what I sort of did know what I was getting to myself into, but I didn't know it would be that disturbing. That in itself made me want to go anyway. I wanted to go see it so bad ever since the trailer, ever since I saw Nadia Sawalha's family reaction on it, and I saw the trailers like a handful of times afterwards, and I just loved it. Definitely memorable. So in a way it's sort of dark. Well, it is dark, but it's got like So of course the ending scene, at first I thought it was going to end in the streets, but then it goes into where Joker's in the asylum, and he obviously uncontrollably laughs, and you understand why, because he can't control it and is either uncomfortable or upset, and the scene ends there in the asylum, just how it's supposed to be. So I have like a few questions to ask you, whether you agree or not. So I've had like papers to write stuff down. I was going to do this video yesterday, like fresh from the movie, but I couldn't. So that's what I do today. So the crimes the Joker committed make you feel sorry for him. Is that obviously he did have a motive. He had the gun. Maybe he killed to defend himself for his mockery. Of course, when he wears the masks, he's a different person, even though it's his job. And for me, I think he transformed into the bad guy, even though initially he was sort of like the good guy, the outcast though, and that's why it makes us like relatable. And also, is the Joker supposed to be attractive? Because obviously Joaquin is attractive in himself, and that's why, the Johnny Cash biopic I loved. Is he more attractive than Batman? Don't know. Obviously he's supposed to be like years older than Batman, because Bruce is just a child in this movie. So the Joker didn't kill Bruce's parents, we know that. Though he killed his mom, his girlfriend, and Murray Franklin, and also the guys, which obviously is like a wow. And songs featured, wow, the songs were a very good choice. Love the songs. It reminds me of Singing in the Rain in Clockwork Orange. That just fucking freaked me out. I hadn't seen Jared Leto's Joker. I hadn't seen Suicide Squad, so I don't know what Jared's Joker is like. I first heard of Jared Leto in Panic Room, and literally my brother and me watched that film years ago, and then he said, so this is Jared Leto, and he makes music, I wonder if you might like it. And I did. It was called 30 Seconds to Mars, and I liked the music. I have the album Beautiful Lie or something. It was the first album that I listened to like non-stop on the way to college. I loved his voice. He reminds me of Zac Efron in a way, because of his eyes. That's why I just love, eyes and his way of speaking. Anyway, digressing aside, of course, a lot of songs in that are creepy, though they aren't supposed to be creepy. I think I mentioned that in my like Halloween tag, of how innocent songs don't remain innocent anymore. They can be included in horror movies, which just make them even more creepy. I found this film to be sarcastically kind of funny, darkly, like a dark humour aspect to it, so I kind of, half smile at that part. I mean, probably not even supposed to laugh and stuff, especially at the beginning where he uncontrollably laughs on the train, and of course he hands the woman the card saying, don't mind me laughing because I have this condition that, I laugh uncontrollably, and because I'm upset, or well, I find that he laughs uncontrollably because he's upset and uncomfortable. As it's supposed to be isolated from the other DCs, I really liked the origin story of it. I really like the origin story. I really prefer DC than Marvel because for me, myself, and my aesthetic, I like dark things. So obviously I like DC, though I still love Spider-Man. I still remember watching Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I still prefer his Spider-Man. That was the first Spider-Mans I watched all the way through. The first Marvel movie I watched all the way through was... so there's no sequel needed in Joker. So is this Joker not really the Joker? The Batman's nemesis? And nothing else really happens in the movie to expand on what we know already. So at the ending scene, it just stops, like how it's supposed to stop, with Bruce's parents being killed and the Joker being in the asylum. It's a psychological drama, plenty of surprises. If you've got like a sensitive disposition, then obviously beware, because it's disturbing. I didn't expect it to be graphic, at all bloody and graphic. That's surprising. I love the movie, just saying like that, I really did like it, even though it was disturbing. That alone just attracted me, really. So yeah, I paid homage to Heath Ledger's Joker, obviously, and also with Jack Nicholson as well. Of course, when the credits rolled, no applause, stunned silence. Mentally I applauded. I was like, mentally applauding. And then we all walked out of the cinema. I was only like, me, a girl, three other guys, just like 3, 4, 5, 6, like 10 people, probably less than that, like approximately 10 people in there, or 5, actually 5. But yeah, this cinema in town's been there since I was there, and it's quite an old cinema. It's not related to View or Odeon, so I've only been in there for like 3 times. I can't remember which films I saw them in though. So those are my thoughts. Obviously I included spoilers. So again, be aware of your, like, if you're really sensitive to mental health, and it is relevant though today because of the mental well-being. So yeah, those are my thoughts. Comment down below what your thoughts on the film were. Of course, I'm going to be biased. I love Joaquin Phoenix. Every time he spoke, it just reminds me of Johnny Cash in that biopic he did. So yeah, comment down below what your thoughts are. What you thought of them. I'm looking forward to, replying to your comments to see if they fit mine. Tomorrow video, in regards to video, I'll probably be doing a piano cover, and then maybe a book review, like Halloween, or like a Halloween inspired video. I'm not one of those type of people who go out and go shopping. Don't go all out on Halloween, though it is tradition for me. Like every year me and Mum watch Halloween, this 1978 version. We do trick or treat for the kids, for the neighbours. So we dress up and we have sweets by the door in a bowl, and they knock on the door and they say trick or treat, and then we just sort of tradition. So anyway, without me digressing further, I hope you enjoyed my thoughts on this movie. Sorry to sound very sincere. It's very memorable. After leaving the cinema and walking home, it was stuck in my head, and I was obviously reeling from it. So it was in my head. So I felt like I was in like a bubble. As I was walking home, I was like in my bubble, in like a shell, and I think that's when you reel from something, when you have something like almost traumatic, or tragic, you feel yourself in like a bubble, in like a shield around you, and you know, nothing can harm it. You don't really care what is outside of your bubble. Nothing can harm your bubble. So you just walk home and you just within yourself, and nothing can touch you. I can't explain, it's like force field almost. The first time I felt that way is when I was walking home from seeing my partner, and I was in like a really big bubble. Nothing can penetrate it. I was within myself, within my own head, and nothing can penetrate that bubble. So without going into detail there, because I won't be, I hope you enjoyed. As I said before, comment down below what you thought of the film, and I'll see you in my next video, probably tomorrow.